As speakers and writers, we can tell stories from different perspectives. A story's point of view is the standpoint through which it is told. Speakers and writers can convey their story from one of three points of views. Number one, using I or us in the first person. So you are telling this story as a first person. You are telling things, this is what happened to us, this is what I did, and so on. Number two, using you and your in the second person. So you are telling a story as a second person, right? And the number three, you are telling a story as the third person using the terms like he, she, or it. As a storyteller, you must carefully select the point of view that will be best to enable you to develop your characters and deliver your story. Let us talk about the first person point of view. As the story is told from the first person's perspective, we use our pronouns such as I, me, ours, and our. This point of view prefers narrative since the writer is talking with the readers or the storytelling is talking with the audience. Under this light of this viewpoint, the readers or the audience see the story from the perspective of the writer or the storyteller. A primary benefit of a narration's first-person narrative perspective is that it puts the reader right in the story. And the downside of applying this method is that you are confining yourself to one point of view. Now let us talk about the second person point of view. When a writer or speaker uses you or uses the word like yours, in that case the writer or the speaker is talking to a particular individual in the story or in the novel. And here, he or she is utilizing the second person perspective. This method usually employs the second person since it is difficult to sound interesting. Thus, the second person is the toughest to use. However, it is possible as long as you work hard to do it well. But to be honest, it's not going to be very easy. And most of the time, we use such narratives into the advertisements, in the marketing and the promotional materials. However, the benefit of using the second person is that you can interact with the audience more quickly and effectively during a public speaking session or advertisement. Now let us talk about the third person point of view. In the third person, the narrator describes events using the pronouns such as he, she, or it. The third person perspective is helpful because it provides too many viewpoints. This gives the author more perfect space to maneuver than the two of the other approaches. Using this style, you are an observer of the operation. It must have been like someone saw a play unfolding before their eyes. You have the option of writing in the third person omniscient, which reveals a feeling of all the characters in the story. The third person viewpoint is more advantageous since the speaker can speak from a universal point of view. However, establishing a bond with the readers is of course challenging in this style. You can also explore the point of view. Sometimes it is good to begin writing in the third person, but almost often return to the first person in the process of drafting because it's more comfortable. However, just if the plot revolves around yourself, try writing it in the third person. Doing this helps you see the story from a detached point of view, enabling you to say it better. It could even allow you to see any new angles. Using a third person, single perspective viewpoint is more straightforward than all perspective.